Hi, guys. Welcome to a new episode. We're going to be working on Unit 12, Lessons 3 and 4. So be ready, get prepared, and make sure you have your notebooks and your pens just in case. Now, we're still doing the same topic, which is transport workers. You are expected to be able to listen to a conversation and also practice making your opinions stronger. And let's take a look at what we're going to do today. Now, our learning objectives for the day is we're going to talk about different jobs and we're going to listen to an interview with a man who works at a station. We will practice making opinions stronger and we're going to carry out an internet search to find facts about firefighters. Now, I want you guys to look at the three images that we have on screen and try to match it with the job title. So match the job and the picture. The first word we have here is cleaner. Do you think the cleaner is the image which the first image or the second image or the third image? Definitely the cleaner is the person who is trying to clean using a cloth and a spray bottle. So it's probably B. Let's look at the mechanic. The mechanic is usually fixing things such as cars and motors of any kind of transportation. So the mechanic job is the third image, and the third one is the ticket inspector or the person who makes sure that you have bought a ticket on the train. So number one, the first one is B, the second one is C, and the third one is A. Now let's listen to an interview with a man who works at a station and let's see what his job is. Listen attentively.
A railway station manager's job is very important, but not many people know about it. Today I'm going to the manager of one of Cairo's busiest railway stations. So, Mr. Ahmed, what does a station manager do? Well, the most important part of a station manager's job is to keep everyone safe in the railway station and to help people to get onto the correct train. But you have other people to help you to do this, don't you? Of course, I must manage all the other people who work at the station. There are a lot of them: train drivers, ticket inspectors, cleaners, mechanics, engineers. I must encourage them to do their job well, and most of them work really hard. I must also help them if there are any problems. How often do you have problems at the station? There is never a day without a problem. Sometimes I have to deal with fairly small problems. For example, a person loses something important or takes the wrong train. Sometimes I have to help with extreme big problems. For example, a person becomes ill or a train breaks down. So, what would you say to someone who wants to become a station manager? Well, the job is never boring. You must like trains, of course, but you must also like people. You meet different people every day. These people can be quite angry if their train is late. They often tell me to find them a different train. What do you say to them? I encourage them to be patient and I try to help them. We work in an incredibly busy station and people usually understand that there are sometimes problems. It sounds a very interesting job. Thank you.
Let's look at question one. What is the most important part of the man's job? It is definitely to keep everyone safe in the railway station and to help people get onto their correct train. Okay, let's look at number two. What does he encourage the people who work for him to do? So he definitely encourages them to do their jobs well. Number three, what examples does he give of small problems at the station? Or, in other words, what does he face when he's having a bad day? Usually, people lose important things or they take the wrong train. So, these are the small problems that he might face. Number four, what examples does he give of bigger problems? Bigger problems would be like when a person gets ill or a train breaks down. That is a big deal for him. What kind of person does his job? Well, you must like trains, but you must also like people to be able to manage such a challenging job. Number 6, why are people sometimes angry with him? Well, people are sometimes angry because their train is late. Okay, now let's look at exercise 4. I need you guys to work in pairs and look at the list of jobs. Say what people do in each job and why they are important. You're going to use the expressions from the function box. Now let's look at our word box first. Baker, cleaner, nurse, farmer, firefighter, pilot, police officer, station manager, and waiter. Now, you guys are expected to make your opinions stronger by a specific way. So these people can be quite angry if their train is late. A railway station manager's job is very important. Most of them work hard, really hard. Sometimes I have to help with extremely big problems. So you guys are going again to work in pairs, look at the list of jobs and say what people do in each job and why they are important. So let's say we talk about the baker. If we speak about the baker, we might say that the baker's job is important because he bakes bread, which is an essential meal for any Egyptian family. It's used for breakfast as well as lunch or even dinner. Now, the cleaner has a very important job because they take care of the cleanliness of homes and they get paid to do so. So it's also an important job for people who cannot clean their homes on their own, or for housewives who need help with cleaning up. The nurse also is a very essential job because without the nurse, the doctor will suffer, and her or his presence is really important. Guys, I would like you to practice the rest of the jobs and try to come up with your own sentences. Now, if you would like to complete the internet search, you can find more facts about firefighters, which is one of the most important jobs in any city or anywhere around the world. Firefighters are just as important as police officers and doctors. Guys, please scan the QR code and read more. Hi guys, welcome to Unit 12, Lesson 4. We're going to continue speaking about transport workers and we're going to be reading a text related to this topic. Make sure you have your notebooks and your pens so that we can take notes and we can also answer together. Let's get started. Okay, so to read a text about technical schools and answer questions, that's our learning objective, along with talking about the importance of jobs that need technical skills. We're going to be reading together technical schools. After finishing preparatory school at 15, some students choose to stay in general education. But about 60% of students go to technical schools. So 60% of the population chooses to go to technical schools. Students at technical schools learn skills that they can use in the world of work. These skills are extremely important for the future of the country because technology changes all the time. The skills that people need today are very different to what was needed 10 or 20 years ago. There are now many more technical schools around Egypt, and each school teaches a different kind of technical skill. For example, students can learn about work in hotels and shops, or learn skills needed for industry, farming, or nursing. Students study at these schools for 3 or 5 years. Under the Egyptian dual education system, technical school students spend 2 days each week at technical school and 4 days at a place of work, where they can practice using their new skills. This can really help the students after they graduate. Students who do very well at technical schools can then continue to study at university. They can get very good jobs, such as becoming engineers. However, all jobs that need technical skills are important. Life would be impossible without electricians, nurses, mechanics, and farmers. Now we're going to start. You're going to complete the sentences using the red words from the text. Mechanics need many blank to understand how cars work. So what do you think mechanics actually need Do they need general technical skills or industry or farming or graduates or electricians? They definitely need many skills to understand how cars work. Number two, the lights in the factory needed to be repaired, so we called the blank. Now, who would you call if you need to fix the lights? Would you call a farmer, or a graduate, or an electrician? Probably an electrician or electricians. Students in blank education do not go to technical schools. Students in blank education. What kind of education does not involve technical schools? Probably general education. Okay, the next one is number 4. Blank is very important because it gives us most of the food we eat. So where do we get our natural food that we have? Probably from farming. And number 5, when my brother blank from university, he wants to go in the car blank. So when you finish university, we usually call that graduates, and he wants to work in the car industry. Now, let's go to the next part, which is exercise 2. Answer the following questions. Why are the skills that people need today different from those in the past? This is probably because technology changes over time, and therefore people need new skills to be up to date with the changes that are happening around us in the world and in technology. Now, let's look at question 2. Which jobs does the article say you can learn to do at technical schools? Basically, you can learn how to be electricians, nurses, mechanics, farmers, engineers, or you can even work in hotels, shops, and industry. Number 3, how can technical school students become engineers? They can definitely become engineers when they continue to study at university. Number 4, why are jobs that need technical skills important? Because life would be impossible without electricians, nurses, mechanics, and farmers. Imagine life without them. It would be terrible, definitely. Now, our critical thinking part of the day. What would happen if nobody learned technical skills for jobs? Imagine that we don't have any more nurses, we don't have any more workers. What would happen in that case? Do you think maybe there would be nobody to do those jobs and we would have many problems? We would definitely face a lot of problems. Question 2, why do you think that you need to study at university to become an engineer? Why do you need to study at university to become an engineer? Well, that's because you need to learn a lot in order to be ready to be an engineer. You definitely need education to reach your goal. And this is a wrap up for today's session. This is Ms. Sara Basyouni. I was with you today. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. Please make sure you practice everything we've been working on. And we have finished talking about transport workers. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.